Grand Admiral Zexlar of the Galactic Empire stood proudly on the bridge of his flagship, the Eternal Dominion, as his fleet prepared to launch their invasion of the Sol system. The Empire had conquered thousands of worlds across 12 galaxies, and this primitive backwater called Earth would be no different. Admiral, his first officer K, then approached, mandibles clicking nervously. "We've received an unusual transmission." "From the humans?" Zexlar's scales rippled with amusement. "No, sir. From the Arcturians. They're warning us to retreat." This was unexpected. The Arcturians were one of the oldest spacefaring races, known for their strict policy of non-interference. They hadn't issued a warning to anyone in over 10,000 years. "Put it through," Zexlar ordered. The holographic display flickered to life, showing the ancient Arcturian High Sage. "Grand Admiral, we strongly advise you to reconsider your invasion of Earth. You do not understand what you're about to face." Zexlar's secondary hearts pulsed with irritation. The humans have barely achieved interplanetary travel. Their technology is centuries behind ours. "Technology gaps mean nothing to humans," the sage replied gravely. "They've turned their entire history of warfare into an art form. While we evolved past the need for conflict, they perfected it." "Surely you jest. Their weapons are primitive. They turned their own planet's core into a power source. They harness the fundamental forces of the universe for everyday convenience. They split the atom for both energy and destruction. And those are just their peaceful achievements." The sage's eyes glowed with ancient wisdom. "Do you know why we've never invaded Earth? Because humans don't just fight wars, they rewrite the rules of engagement. Every time they face a superior force, they innovate in ways that defy conventional military doctrine." Zexlar dismissed the warning with a wave of his primary appendage. "We have millions of ships. They have barely colonized their own moon. Numbers mean nothing. You think they'll fight you ship to ship? Humans don't play by anyone's rules but their own. They'll probably weaponize probability itself just to spite you." The transmission ended, leaving an uneasy silence on the bridge. Zexlar pushed aside his discomfort and ordered the advance. Within hours, he would understand the true meaning of the Arcturians' warning. The first sign that something was wrong came when half his fleet's navigation systems suddenly started playing something called "Never Gonna Give You Up" on repeat. The humans had somehow turned an ancient cultural weapon called a rickroll into a virus that could penetrate even the Empire's quantum encryption. Then things got weird. The humans didn't bother with conventional space combat. Instead, they turned the laws of physics into suggestions. They weaponized probability fields, making it so that any shot fired at their ships had a statistically impossible chance of missing. They deployed what they called weaponized mathematics, creating localized areas where the number 3 simply ceased to exist, wreaking havoc with the Empire's base 3 computer systems. Sir K then reported, his exoskeleton pale with fear, "The humans have somehow. They've weaponized technical support calls." "What?" "They're forcing our crews to navigate automated phone menus that never end. 3 destroyers have already surrendered out of sheer frustration." But that was just the beginning. The humans had apparently spent centuries preparing for space warfare in ways no other species had considered. They deployed mimetic warfare, using viral information packets that made Imperial crews question the nature of reality itself. They turned social media into a weapon, somehow manufacturing drama so intense it crashed the Empire's collective consciousness networks. They're using something called dad jokes as psychological warfare, an intelligence officer reported. "Our translators are struggling to process the puns, and it's causing widespread existential crises among the crew." Zexlar watched in horror as his mighty armada was systematically dismantled by what humans called weaponized inconvenience. They didn't just think outside the box, they denied the existence of the box, then turned it into a weapon. The final straw came when humans introduced something called customer service hold music into the Empire's communication channels. Entire battle groups began surrendering rather than endure another minute of synthesized jazz and repeated assurances that their call was important. "Full retreat," Zexlar ordered, his proud warrior spirit broken by humanity's sheer audacity. "Get us out of this system." As the remnants of his fleet fled, they received one final transmission from Earth's Defense Command, and that was just our beta test. "Wait until you see what we can do when we actually try." The Galactic Empire, which had conquered countless civilizations across multiple galaxies, added Earth to its list of prohibited targets that day. The official reason was classified, but rumors spread about humans being the only species crazy enough to weaponize bureaucracy itself. Years later, when asked why they deployed such unusual warfare tactics, Earth's defense commander simply shrugged and said, "We figured if we had to deal with these inconveniences every day, we might as well weaponize them." Besides, making an entire empire rage quit was way more fun than conventional warfare. The Arcturian sage would later update their warning registry with a simple note about humans. They don't just think outside the box. They deny the box's existence, weaponize its absence, and then sell it back to you as a premium service with unskippable ads.